Ladies and gentlemen, a clear vision is not just an idea you think about in passing. It is something deeply rooted within you. It is a picture of what you want to achieve, of the impact you want to make, and of who you want to become. Without this vision, life can feel aimless, chaotic, and lacking direction. But with it, every moment of your life becomes infused with purpose, every challenge becomes a stepping stone, and every action is a step toward your destination. Let me be clear, having a vision is not some abstract concept. It is one of the most practical and powerful tools you can possess. It will not only determine where you want to go, but it will also determine how you will get there. A vision gives you the courage to take risks, the persistence to keep going when things get tough, and the clarity to make decisions in a world full of distractions. First, it aligns your actions with your purpose. When you have a clear vision, you know why you are doing what you're doing, what you are doing. Every action you take, no matter how small, aligns with that vision. When you wake up in the morning, you have a sense of direction. When you are faced with difficult decisions, you have a guiding principle to help you make those decisions. A clear vision turns your passion into purpose and keeps you on track when the path gets tough. Second, a clear vision helps you prioritize. In a world full of distractions, it is easy to get lost in the noise and pull in 100 different directions. But when you have a vision, you learn to focus on what truly matters. You can filter out the irrelevant and zero in on what will bring you closer to your goal. A vision allows you to say no to the things that don't align with your purpose and say yes to the things that will move you forward. Now, many people get overwhelmed at the idea of crafting a vision. They think that it needs to be perfect or that it must come to them in a moment of clarity. But here's the truth: a vision doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be meaningful. It doesn't have to be all mapped out in the beginning. What matters is that it resonates with you, that it stirs something deep within you. It may evolve and change over time, and that's okay. The key is to start with something that excites you and drives you forward. The first step is to reflect. Take a moment to think about your deepest desires. What do you want to achieve in life? What do you want your legacy to be? Ask yourself, if you could design your life exactly how you wanted, what would it look like? Your vision should come from a place of honesty and authenticity. It should reflect what truly matters to you, not what others expect from you or what society tells you to pursue. Once you have a sense of what you want, narrow it down into something actionable. Break it down into specific goals and think about the steps you need to take to get there. A vision is not just a lofty idea, it is a set of guiding principles and actions that move you forward every day. You need to make it tangible. You need to translate it into something that can be pursued and achieved. Visualization is also a powerful tool in creating a clear vision. Take time every day to close your eyes and imagine what your life will look like once your vision has become a reality. See the people you will impact, the work you will do, and the legacy you will leave behind. Visualizing your success helps you stay focused and motivated even when things get tough. Finally, a clear vision requires flexibility. Life is unpredictable, and you will face setbacks, detours, and changes along the way. But your vision should not be rigid. It should allow for growth and adaptation. Stay open to new ideas and new directions that may arise as you move toward your goals. Your vision will evolve as you evolve. A clear vision is not just a tool for personal success, it is a catalyst for greatness. When you align your actions with a vision that excites and inspires you, you become unstoppable. You begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, challenges become fuel for growth, and setbacks become lessons for the future. Think of the most successful people throughout history. What they all had in common was a vision that gave them the courage to move forward when others doubted them, to take risks when others played it safe, and to create things that changed the world. Their vision was the foundation of their success. In your own life, I encourage you to get clear on your vision. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right circumstances. Start now. Reflect on what you want to create, what you want to experience, and who you want to become. Write it down, visualize it, and begin to take action every single day toward making that vision a reality. Focus is the ability to direct your energy, time, and resources toward one clear, purposeful goal. Discipline is the ability to consistently show up and do the work, even when it gets difficult, uncomfortable, or monotonous. Together, focus and discipline are the twin forces that turn aspirations into achievements. Focus is like a laser. It enables you to block out the distractions and noise that surround you every day. In a world where we are bombarded by emails, notifications, social media, and endless commitments, maintaining focus on what truly matters is no small task. Yet it is the one thing that will allow you to progress steadily toward your goals. Focus is your ability to keep your eyes on the prize no matter how many obstacles or distractions stand in your way. Discipline, on the other hand, is what turns that focus into action. It is about creating habits and routines that support your vision and sticking to them even when the initial excitement fades. Discipline means you show up every day, even when you don't feel like it, and you do the work, even when no one is watching. When these two elements work together, magic happens. You don't need to be the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest person in the room to succeed. What you need is an unwavering focus on your goals and the discipline to take consistent, deliberate action every single day. You cannot maintain focus if you are constantly jumping from one task to the next, checking your phone, or trying to multitask. Multitasking is a myth. It only divides your attention and weakens your ability to perform at your best. Focus requires you to commit yourself fully to one task at a time, to give that task your undivided attention. Start by creating an environment that supports focus. Turn off notifications on your devices, designate specific times for checking email, and create a workspace that minimizes distractions. In your day-to-day life, be intentional about where you place your attention. Ask yourself what truly deserves my focus right now. What will move me closer to my goals? By constantly asking yourself these questions, you train your mind to prioritize the things that matter most. You must develop a disciplined routine. Discipline is not about willpower alone. It's about building systems that make the right actions automatic. If you want to achieve something great, you need to build habits that support it. Whether it's waking up early to work on your craft, setting aside time for deep thinking, or dedicating yourself to learning every day, these small, consistent actions add up over time. Discipline is often the difference between those who have a good idea and those who bring that idea to life. There will be times when you don't feel like working, when the road ahead seems long, or when obstacles seem insurmountable. That's when discipline matters most. It's about doing the work even when it feels hard and sticking with it when the excitement fades. This kind of discipline is not about forcing yourself to do things, it's about aligning your actions with your vision. When your vision is clear and your commitment is strong, discipline becomes a natural extension of that vision. It is no longer a matter of trying to force yourself to do something, it's about showing up for what you believe in. Consistency is a key component of both focus and discipline. In order to make real progress, you must make a habit of showing up every day, even in small ways. Focus means giving your best to each moment, and discipline means having the determination to do it repeatedly over time. The magic happens in the consistency. Small daily actions, when repeated over weeks, months, and years, will compound to create extraordinary results. Think of a marble sculpture. Every chisel, every hit seems small and insignificant on its own. But over time, those small, focused actions create something beautiful. Your goals, too, are sculpted in the same way by small, consistent efforts made day in and day out. Every great journey is met with resistance. And in the face of resistance, it is easy to fall off track. But it is how you respond to resistance that determines your success. Relentless focus and discipline do not mean that you won't encounter obstacles. In fact, obstacles are inevitable. But it is how you approach them that matters. When you are truly focused on your goal, when you have built the discipline to follow through, resistance becomes just another part of the process. Resistance becomes an indicator that you are on the right path. It challenges you to dig deeper, to stretch further, and to find new ways to overcome obstacles. Rather than avoiding resistance, embrace it. See it as an opportunity to test your commitment and your ability to push through adversity. The greatest achievements are not accomplished in easy times, but in moments of challenge and hardship. Focus and discipline give you the resilience to overcome whatever comes your way. When you cultivate relentless focus and discipline, you will begin to see the results. The rewards are not just external achievements, they are internal transformations. You will find yourself growing in ways you never expected. You will see progress in areas of your life that once seemed distant or out of reach. Focus and discipline create a feedback loop. The more you focus, the better your results. the better your results, the more motivated you become to stay disciplined. This cycle of improvement leads to mastery, success, and fulfillment. One of the most powerful and often misunderstood principles for success: fail, learn, and adapt quickly. In a world that rewards perfection, we often see failure as something to be avoided, something to be feared. But the reality is that failure is an essential part of the journey to success. In fact, it is failure itself that provides the lessons, the insights, and the growth you need to achieve your goals. Now, I know this may sound counterintuitive. After all, we live in a culture that celebrates success and tends to shy away from failure. But what if I told you that failure is not the opposite of success, but a crucial stepping stone toward it? What if I told you that failure is a signal, a message from the universe telling you to stop, reflect, and adapt? I'm here to tell you that the key to achieving everything you want in life is not about avoiding failure, it's about how you respond to it. It's about failing forward, learning from each experience, and adapting quickly to keep moving closer to your goals. The first thing to understand is that failure is inevitable. No one gets everything right on the first try. The road to success is littered with obstacles, setbacks, and mistakes. But here's the thing: every failure contains valuable lessons. When you fail, you don't just lose, you gain insights into what works, what doesn't, and where you need to improve. The problem arises when we make failure personal. We begin to think that failing means we're not good enough or that we're incapable of succeeding. But failure is not an indicator of your potential, it's simply feedback. The most successful people are not those who never fail, they are those who fail, learn from their mistakes, and keep moving forward with even greater clarity and determination. The key to using failure as a stepping stone is to fail forward. Failing forward means that every time you stumble, you pick yourself up and take the lessons you've learned with you. It's about reframing failure not as a setback, but as an opportunity for growth. It's a mindset shift, a recognition that failure is not the end, but simply part of the process. Learning from failure requires honesty. It requires the ability to look at your mistakes without judgment or shame and to see them as opportunities for improvement. You can't learn from failure if you're too busy blaming others or making excuses. The best way to learn from failure is to take ownership of your actions and ask yourself, how can I improve? This is where resilience comes into play. It's not about being perfect, but about being willing to learn, adapt, and continue moving forward. The moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing. And the moment you stop growing is the moment you stop achieving. The third critical component of this process is the ability to adapt quickly. The world around us is changing faster than ever before. New technologies, new industries, and new ways of thinking are constantly emerging. The key to staying relevant and moving forward is the ability to adapt swiftly and decisively when things don't go as planned. Adapting doesn't mean abandoning your vision or goals. It means staying flexible in your approach and being open to new methods, ideas, and solutions. If one way doesn't work, find another. If one idea fails, pivot and try something different. The ability to adapt quickly is what allows you to stay agile and responsive in a rapidly changing world. When you adapt, you increase your chances of success by finding the best path forward, even if it means changing course multiple times. This ability to pivot, to adjust your strategy in the face of failure, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up too soon. Think of successful innovators throughout history. Every one of them faced numerous failures and setbacks. But what set them apart wasn't just their vision, it was their ability to quickly learn from mistakes and adapt their strategies to overcome the challenges they faced. They didn't stick rigidly to one plan or method, they evolved as they learned. Failure is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is not an obstacle, but an opportunity. It is the moment when you learn the most about yourself and about the world around you. Failure is not the end of the road, it is the beginning of a new phase of growth and transformation. When you learn from your failures and adapt quickly, you will find that each setback becomes less daunting. You will become more resilient, more capable, and more determined to keep moving forward. The ability to fail, learn, and adapt quickly is the ultimate skill you can develop on your path to success. But none of those things matter unless you take action, bold, unwavering action toward your goals. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't is often not talent, not resources, but the ability to take decisive, fearless steps in the face of uncertainty. When you take bold, decisive action, you don't just move in a direction, you move with purpose and urgency. Action is what transforms ideas into reality. Without it, your vision remains a dream, but with bold action, you begin to see your vision come to life step by step. You start moving forward, and that momentum is what makes all the difference. In a world filled with distractions, and endless options, it's easy to become paralyzed by indecision. We wait for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or the ideal set of conditions. We overthink, we hesitate, we doubt. But here's the truth, waiting for perfection only leads to stagnation. You don't need everything to be perfect to act, you need clarity and courage. Bold action is the antidote to fear and uncertainty. It's the ability to act even when the full picture is not yet clear. It's the ability to make decisions, move forward, and course correct as you go. The greatest breakthroughs are not born from careful, cautious steps. They are born from the audacity to take risks, to leap, and to act decisively, even in the face of the unknown. When you take bold, decisive action, you send a clear signal to the world that you are committed. It is not just about making a move, it is about committing fully to your vision and executing it without hesitation. Action creates energy, and that energy fuels progress. Every step you take builds momentum, and momentum creates opportunities. Without action, you cannot gain that momentum. The first step in taking bold action is to get clear on your purpose. When your purpose is clear, your actions become aligned with your vision. But clarity doesn't always come from thinking things through endlessly, it comes from acting. The more you act, the clearer the path becomes. Once you've defined your purpose, trust your instincts. You don't need to have every detail figured out before you start. Waiting for the perfect plan or the right timing is a trap. Bold action often requires you to make decisions with incomplete information. But here's the thing, you learn more by taking action than by sitting on the sidelines. The act of doing helps you refine your approach. It teaches you what works and what doesn't. So don't wait for certainty. Make decisions, take the leap. You can always adjust along the way. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about moving forward, learning and adapting. Bold action requires you to trust the process, even when it feels uncomfortable or unclear. Another key to bold, decisive action is overcoming the fear of failure. Fear often holds people back from acting. We fear making the wrong decision, making mistakes, or facing failure. But the truth is, failure is an inevitable part of growth. It is not the end, it's simply a step on the journey. If you allow fear to stop you from taking action, you'll never move forward. The best way to conquer fear is to face it head on, to act despite it, and to keep moving toward your goals regardless of the obstacles in your path. In today's world, speed is everything. The pace of change is faster than ever. And the opportunities that once took years to come to fruition are now available at the speed of a click. To keep up, you must move fast. But moving fast doesn't mean rushing or acting recklessly. It means being decisive, making a choice, and committing to it without wavering. The ability to act decisively in a fast-paced world is the key to staying ahead of the competition and seizing opportunities as they arise. Bold, decisive action is not about waiting for the perfect conditions or the right moment. It's about creating those moments through your actions. When you act decisively, you create your own opportunities. You create your own momentum. You put yourself in a position to respond to challenges and seize possibilities with confidence. One of the greatest barriers to taking bold action is perfectionism. We all want to do things well, to do things right, but the pursuit of perfection can quickly become a trap. The fear of making mistakes, of not doing things perfectly, can prevent us from ever starting. In the process, we become paralyzed by overthinking, by constantly refining, and by endlessly second-guessing ourselves. But perfection is an illusion. There will always be things you don't know, things that can go wrong, and things you can improve. The only way to move forward is to start, take action, and learn as you go. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. The aim is not to get everything right from the start, but to keep moving, to keep taking action. With every decision, you learn something new, and that learning propels you forward. The key to bold action is to embrace imperfection. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to fail. The only real failure is the failure to act. Once you take bold action, momentum kicks in. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in life. It propels you forward, creates energy, and opens doors that seem closed. But momentum only happens when you start moving. It's like riding a bike. When you're standing still, it's hard to get started, but once you start pedaling, everything gets easier. The key is to start moving, even if you don't have it all figured out, even if you don't know where exactly you're going, take that first step, make that decision. Start moving. As you do, you'll gain clarity, insight, and momentum that will make your next steps more powerful and more effective. Innovation is not a momentary spark of genius, it's a continuous journey. It's the relentless pursuit of better ways to solve problems, create value, and make the world a better place. It's the desire to never stop asking what's next, and to constantly challenge the status quo. But how do we cultivate that kind of relentless desire to innovate? How do we ensure that our thinking stays fresh, that our creativity never fades, and that we continue to break new ground in whatever we do? At the heart of every great innovation is an intense curiosity. Innovators are at their core questioners. They don't just accept things as they are. They ask why, how, and what if. They challenge assumptions and seek out new possibilities. Curiosity is the fuel that drives innovation. It compels you to look beyond the surface, to dig deeper into problems, and to search for new solutions. Without curiosity, there is no innovation. Without a constant thirst for knowledge, creativity withers. But curiosity is not just about asking questions, it's about seeking answers, exploring new ideas, and pushing the limits of your understanding. The key is to stay hungry for new knowledge and to remain open to new experiences. You must be willing to dive into unfamiliar territory, learn new skills, and look at problems from angles you've never considered before. If you want to innovate, you must be willing to fail. Too often we associate failure with defeat, but the truth is, failure is an essential part of the innovation process. Every successful innovator has failed many times. But what sets them apart is not their ability to avoid failure, it's their ability to learn from it and keep going. Failure is a necessary teacher. It shows you what doesn't work, and in doing so, it gives you the opportunity to try something new. Every failure provides valuable feedback. It reveals areas for improvement, encourages new approaches, and pushes you to keep refining and iterating until you get it right. The key to innovation is not being afraid of failure, but being resilient in the face of it. Fail fast, learn faster, and never stop iterating. Innovation doesn't happen in a straight line. It's messy, chaotic, and full of setbacks. But with each setback comes growth, and with each failure comes a deeper understanding of how to succeed. Innovation thrives in discomfort. When things are easy, when everything is running smoothly, there's no incentive to change or to create something new. It's when we're faced with challenges, when we step outside our comfort zones, that innovation begins to emerge. To cultivate a relentless desire to innovate, you must learn to embrace discomfort. You must be willing to challenge yourself, to take risks, and to push beyond the limits of what you know. The best ideas often come when we are faced with a problem that requires us to think differently, to stretch our imagination, and to find creative solutions. Innovation is born out of necessity, and necessity often means dealing with difficult, uncomfortable situations. When you put yourself in positions where you're forced to innovate, where you're challenged to solve complex problems, that's when the magic happens. Innovation is not about improving what already exists, it's about creating something entirely new. It's about thinking differently, not just better. Too often we get trapped in the cycle of incremental improvement, constantly tweaking and refining what's already out there. But true innovation requires us to break free from conventional thinking and to look at the world in a completely new way. To innovate, you must be willing to throw out the old rules. You must be willing to challenge the way things have always been done and to think radically. This doesn't mean being reckless, it means being bold enough to consider new possibilities and to envision solutions that others might overlook. True innovation doesn't just improve things, it changes the game. It disrupts industries, transforms lives, and redefines the way we think about problems and solutions. Innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It requires a constant process of learning, adapting, and evolving. To cultivate a relentless desire to innovate, you must commit yourself to lifelong learning. Innovation is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process of discovery and improvement. Every successful innovator is someone who never stops learning, who continually seeks new knowledge, new techniques, and new perspectives. Whether it's learning from others, exploring new fields, or studying the work of those who came before you, a relentless desire to learn is the foundation of innovation. The world is changing rapidly, and in order to stay ahead, you must be constantly evolving. Learning is the key to staying relevant in a fast-paced, ever-changing world. The more you learn, the more ideas you have, and the more innovative you become. Innovation is not just about having great ideas, it's about having the knowledge and the drive to turn those ideas into reality. Finally, the most important element of innovation is action. It's not enough to think creatively, to be curious, or to learn constantly. You must take action on your ideas. Innovation is only valuable if it leads to something tangible, something real. The most brilliant ideas in the world are useless if they are never acted upon. Innovation requires you to turn your thoughts into reality, to create, to build, and to deliver. Without action, innovation is just a dream. The power of innovation lies in the ability to bring your ideas to life.